I'll give you a second. Okay, now that they're gone. Okay, so I just need to know how you reject white guys, because I feel so bad when I do it. The other day, this white guy Snapchatted me, and he was like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? And I was like, yeah, sure. Can you send me a picture of you? Because I didn't know who he was. And he sent me a picture, and he's white as can be. And I'm like, I can't. I just can't. It's not my fault, okay? So I just didn't answer him, and now he's Snapchatting me 20 times, and I just don't know how to tell him that I will never date him because he's white, and I can't date white guys anymore because I'm so stuck on black guys.
What the f***? What the f*** is wrong with you? What the f*** is wrong with you?
Does that young lady we just heard from realize she's white? Or whatever, it's probably just a phase she's going through that she'll grow out of very soon, since she's only, what, 15, 16 years old tops? Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have very little time to waste. So, let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So these two fellas here are both biological men who identify as trans women, both call themselves lesbians, look for dates at lesbian bars, and I would assume go to the ladies' restroom together, right?
You guys look like... What do they look like, Jimmy?
Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
All right, let's keep this party rolling with everybody's favorite paid establishment shill, Harry. Now, some of you may have heard that Trump was just recently disqualified from the ballot here in my home state of Maine. And Harry thinks that's fantastic, and he's going to tell us why. Now, this clip's kind of long. It's about 2 minutes long, but it's very telling. Very telling. Roll it.
So the Maine Secretary of State went on CNN tonight to describe why she disqualified Donald Trump from the ballot in 2024, and her answer is pretty great. Take a look at it.
You have decided that Donald Trump engaged in insurrection.
The weight of the evidence brought forward under Maine law in the Section 336 challenge that was brought made it clear that Mr. Trump was aware of the tinder he laid in a multi-month efforts to challenge the legitimacy of the 2020 election. And then, in an unprecedented and tragic series of events, chose to light a match.
And you make that decision even though he has not been charged or convicted with insurrection.
At the hearing, we reviewed the evidence, we reviewed the facts and the law, and certainly the question of whether Mr. Trump engaged in the insurrection is a closer one than whether January 6, 2021 was an insurrection, which I also ruled. But the question of whether Mr. Trump was found guilty, the applicability of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does not turn on whether an office seeker has been convicted of a crime. We looked at precedent in the Civil War, we looked at the law, we looked at the facts, we looked at what was brought forward in this hearing that is specific to Maine law.
Yeah, she is spot on, and her filing is very, very well written. Look, the facts are clear. Donald Trump engaged in insurrection on January 6, 2021, and while the insurrection was taking place, he was egging them on by tweeting about Mike Pence, and it took him 3 hours to tell the people to go home. Trump wanted January 6th to happen, he allowed it to happen, and he engaged in insurrection. That is clear. And as she mentioned, Donald Trump doesn't have to be charged with insurrection to be disqualified for insurrection. I mean, look, you're seeing all these Republicans tonight say that this filing is unconstitutional, against the law, but it's not. It actually is following the law. The Constitution makes abundantly clear that anybody who engages in insurrection is not allowed to hold office. If you care about the laws of the land, if you care about the Constitution, you would agree that Donald Trump is not fit to serve.
Who the f*** do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
So, according to the young lad Harry, a person who was not elected by we the people can just say, you're guilty. No charges, no conviction, no due process, just, you're guilty, you're off the ballot. That's not how any of this works, Harry. Anyway, next up we have everybody's second favorite paid establishment shill, Harry's boyfriend Chris, reacting to a clip from Fox and Friends. Roll it.
Bottom line is, conservatives are tolerant. We are, kind of get out of your business. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone.
It's a really fascinating way to describe Republicans on Fox and Friends this morning. We're small, get out of your way government. Unless you're a woman, then we'll ban abortion for the entire country, right? So it's small, get out of your way government unless you're a woman. Or you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, we'll wage a war on woke, we'll ban drag shows in public, we'll demonize your communities, and there'll be violence against your communities, right? The Republican Party is small, get out of your way government for dudes that look like me. For straight white dudes, oh yeah, small, get out of your way. I could get out of the car right now with an AR-15 and it's fine. Oh, but you're a minority with an AR-15? No. See, that's not going to work. They work for a small, select few of the population, and they're hypocritical as shit. So who wants to come vote with me? We could all get together, hang out, and go vote. Go plan to register people to vote. We could all go vote so we can get rid of the stench that is the Republican Party in Congress. How about that?
What did you say? What the did you just say?
The Republican Party is small, get out of your way government for dudes that look like me. For straight white dudes?
I thought you were gay.
All right, next up we have this clip that went viral a couple days ago of a Delta Airlines employee who actually stands up to one of these bullies who claims he was misgendered by several of the employees there. Now, I have an update to this story, so for those that haven't seen the clip yet, let's do a quick recap. Roll it.
And what about when a Delta employee misgenders you intentionally?
While he's talking, you're talking.
You just misgendered me again.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Gotcha.
Both of you have.
Sorry. Wasn't intentional, but if you want to take it personal, that's also.
Well, she did do it intentionally twice.
You're talking to me too.
You said she and then you said he.
You're being condescending, and if you want to continue, I have Port Authority escort you out the building right this moment if you want to play that game with me.
Okay.
Would you like to continue 3 days before Christmas? I really don't mind.
I'm good. I'll just put this on.
So shout out to that Delta Airlines employee for handling his business. That's how you do it. Now, the update to that viral story is apparently the person behind the camera who claims to have been misgendered has been ousted as this person, famous Hollywood actor Tommy Dorfman. Who? Roll it.
Can someone tell me how I went from being a straight boy to a gay boy to a non-binary person to a trans straight woman, I thought, to I guess I am a trans lesbian?
Are you off your f***ing meds or something?
Yes.
Meanwhile.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. Why are we here? I'm here to reintroduce myself.
And who are you reintroducing yourself as?
I am reintroducing myself as Tommy Dorfman. My pronouns are she, her. I'm still an actor, still a writer, still a creative, still a storyteller, and I'm also a woman.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
So there you have it. The person behind the camera trying to play the old gotcha game with the Delta Airlines employees and make them look bad. Hollywood actor Tommy Dorfman, who I've still never heard of. Anyway, next up, so this young person says, white people have ruined mostly everything. Roll it.
White people ruined most of everything. Before Europeans colonized the globe, thousands of indigenous peoples acknowledged and celebrated multiple gender identities as part of their culture. Not only did Europeans spread religion to get others to convert to their ideologies, but the idea of the gender man and woman was also a European ideology. That was one of the tools of the colonization process. And then men and women became the standardized gender identity as what we now know today.
Say what?
White people ruined most of everything.
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
All right, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this trailer park version of Britney Spears loop on the screen for your viewing pleasure, of course. I bet if you squint your eyes and tilt your head, it looks exactly like the real Britney Spears. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by the YouTube channel Clown World Explained. Thank you so much for sponsoring another video. I really appreciate all the support. Now, after this video, if you want to go check out Clown World Explained's YouTube channel, I'm sure he would greatly appreciate some support over there. He's trying to get some more eyes on his videos, and I will link that channel in the description box below. So once again, the YouTube channel Clown World Explained, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, enough. Just enough.
Get a haircut, hippie.
All right, next up. So one thing I notice quite a bit in these videos is the people that claim to be so loving and tolerant are usually the ones that are making these clips that are so angry and hateful. Roll it.
Yeah, well, I just think right. Well, he, well, he. His pronouns are he, him. Now, are you going to respect that, or is this they, them going to turn you into a were, was?
What's wrong with your eyes?
Now, you guys know that sometimes I like to end these videos on something positive or uplifting or funny, just as a change of pace from the brain aids that we're all so used to. So today we're going to be wrapping it up with quite possibly one of the funniest news stories of all time, if you have a childish sense of humor like I do. Anyway, guys, things are clearly getting crazy out there, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
A former Fort Wayne mayor is getting some national attention. Thousands of people voted online to name the new city-county building in his honor.
But that probably won't happen because of his name. News Channel 15's Don Austin is here to explain.
Well, Heather, Mark, the people voted, and the top pick so far with more than 10,000 votes is the Harry Balls Government Center, named after one of the city's longest-serving mayors. But not everyone's on board with that name.
Harry Bales apparently was a great mayor. That's what I'm hearing. If you read the comments, actually, people are very serious about what he did as mayor. The family was, it's part of our history. I think it's part of the history we're proud of.
To pick the new name for the building, people went over to feedbackfortwayne.org. They made suggestions and voted. The overwhelming front-runner was the Harry Balls Government Center. Harry Balls was the mayor of Fort Wayne back in the 1930s and 40s. He even served a term in the 1950s. We have a street named after Harry Balls, so...
What the hell did you just say?
We have a street named after Harry Balls, so...
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true and international effort to pressure. True and international effort to pressure. True and international effort to pressure.